Good morning and partially afternoon. I believe it is probably just right afternoon on this beautiful Sunday morning afternoon. Relaxing way to start the day. Woke up, gave my daily gratitudes, continued reading. I'm absolutely pounding through this Walk in Their Shoes book. Man, it's really is a must read. It's a must read to help bring you back to center on a few different areas, and one is just gratitude, especially if you live in America or any developed world. He's working somewhere, just finished his second school in, I don't know how to pronounce it properly. It was like Malawi, somewhere around there, somewhere in the southeastern Sahara of Africa. And this dude, man, he's building his school, and then he meets this other guy there that's loyal to helping build the school. And right before the school's about to be finished, and right before the experience is about to be finished, this gentleman's wife, not the author, but one of the villagers who's helping out, his wife ends up passing away from HIV, and then finds out that he has HIV. He refuses to accept it, but he ends up just gradually thinning down from 150 to 120 pounds. And these people are making less than 50 cents a day. The closest hospital is a 7-mile walk. So essentially, if you got some, you're dead. Malaria is huge. No education. It's making me really appreciate education, and we really gotta appreciate education. I'm gonna speak especially to the urban youth, the brown youth in the United States, because I believe that we take education for granted, although I don't personally feel that the way that the education system is set up is done so in a way to help people maximize their fullest potential. We're still getting educated. You go back even just 100 years ago, if we think back to 1920 and what it would have been like to be a brown individual trying to go get an education in America compared to how it is right now. We got to seize the opportunity. Jim Rohn talks about taking the system for what it is and making the most of it. You can do your own beyond that, but take the system and make the most of it. Why would you complain about the government? That's what you have to work with. So work with it. Figure out how to utilize it to your best advantage. Why would you complain about how the economy is? Well, figure out how to work with it. Why would you complain about grocery stores? Why would you complain about anything? Why would you complain about the weather? There's no benefit in complaining. It's actually just my fiance was reading this morning as well. She's reading The Magic of Thinking Big, which is a tremendous book to start on for self-development. And one of the quotes that she shared with me this morning was, any minute complaining is equivalent to a minute of being dead. So essentially, just stop complaining, take what you got, and put your best into it. So, yeah, just feeling a whole level of gratitude based on what I'm experiencing just through reading this book. To imagine what Jim felt going through all those experiences must be remarkable. Understand, too, that bring abundance into your life. Make your life what you want it to be. One of the most awakening moments I had while I was at the Waking Up weekend in Chicago was, if you want to look at what you want in your life, look at what you have. If you want to know what you want out of life, look at what you have. And the reason that's so profound and it's so deep is because if you wanted something better, you would put the actions in to get there. So realizing, hey, what I have right now, that's clearly what I want. Otherwise, I'd be establishing different actions and habits to improve that. Now, if you realize, well, that's not actually what my heart wants, it's just what I'm settling for, then go put in the work and move forward. And here's a key part: be willing to forgive yourself when you slip up. Dr. Joe Dispenza just talked about this, and I'm not going to hit it perfectly because I only heard it one time. Although I don't expect things to hit things perfectly anyways. However, he talked about moods and temperaments and personalities. And it's what's your EQ, your emotional quotient, what's your ability to respond to something that was not ideal for you, or what's your ability to respond to something that was ideal. However, the easiest way to explain this, oh, why is that guy so bitter? His girlfriend broke up with him. They had been together for 3 years and he hasn't gotten over it. Okay, that's his mood for a week or two, but you stay in that mood, now you're talking about a month later. Oh, why is that guy so bitter? Oh, his girlfriend of 3 years broke up with him and he just feels terrible about it. Well, now that's his temperament. He held that and that's become, his vibe for a little bit, for a while. Then you go 3, 4, 5, 6 months later. Oh, what's wrong with that guy over there? Oh, his girlfriend broke up with him of 3 years and he just ain't been the same since. Now it's become his personality. So instead of having a simple experience, because it was just an experience that happened to you, that individual chose to hold on to it and now let that pain become a part of their personal reality, their personality, their personal reality, personality. Rather than being able to allow the flow to happen and move on. So forgiving ourselves when we take a small regression, when we regress back into our comfort zone, that's okay. Make a mistake, move on. Forgive yourself. Don't hold on to that emotion. Let it go. I made a mistake. Okay. Somebody offends you, forgive it. Let it go. No need to hold on to it. In the Tao Te Ching, which Dr. Dyer talks a lot about, he shares about the value of having less is more. Having less is more. And having less emotional baggage is definitely more of a positive life, that's for sure. So let go. In regards to abundance and forgiveness, this will be the last piece that I share. Get yours and get what you want out of life. Because one thing as well, just in relation to what we're speaking on with these readings and the suffering of other people around the world, is the idea that me suffering is not going to be able to help that person. Actually, me doing better for myself and raising my vibration is going to be able to help that other person, because it's going to attract more abundance to me, and the more that I have, the more that I can give. So there's no need to put any hardship on yourself. You don't got to feel bad. You can have empathy, but don't let that lower your energy level. Let that raise your energy level. So if you have empathy for someone else and you feel for what they're going through, let that raise your energy level. Let that raise your work ethic. Let that raise your passion. Let that raise your vibration. We're all vibrations. Okay, people that are vibrating at a higher level are the people that you see glowing. The people that you wonder why they're always so positive is because they live life on a higher level. They're living on a higher plane. They're singing a higher song. They're singing a more joyful song rather than a depressed song. Your life is a song. Are you singing a song of joy or a song of depression? It's up to you. So just understand that someone else's pain, someone else's depression, you don't have to have it. The best thing that you can do is be your own light, and then be able to give that away. So the more light you become, the more you can give away. And the last thing I'll say about light, if this clearly quite bright here, blessed to live in an apartment that has a beautiful view and great sunlight. So let's say that this room is pitch black and we got a candle sitting right here next to me. Could you still see me? Yes, you'd be able to see me. Maybe not as clear, but you can definitely see me if there's a candle sitting here. So if you're in any pitch black room and there's a table in the middle of the room and you put that candle on the middle of the table, how much of the room are you going to be able to see? A good amount of it. Probably like 30%. So what does that show? It shows that light dissipates darkness, and just a small amount of light dissipates darkness. So be a light to the world. Be a light to yourself. Be a light to your family. Be a light to your community. Just like Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see. Well, I want to see a world that's bright and loving. So those are the actions that I choose to take. I wish the best for all of you. Much love. Yes, I am wearing the same sweatshirt as yesterday. It is what it is. Much love, y'all.